I've been calling out Donald Trump since he was first running for president in 2016, when again, a lot of the so-called alternative media, there is a real alternative media, and then there's the one that calls itself that, were going with Trump. And it was clear to me when he started off, I think it was about the best part of 20 other Republican candidates going against him for the nomination. And I watched even the Republican establishment saying, "Oh, we don't want Trump," and then I watched him being promoted and picking off these different candidates until he eventually won the nomination. And when he won the nomination to run for president, I thought, this guy's the chosen one. This guy's got to bloody win. And then he goes against Hillary Clinton and, of course, wins. And when he ran for president this latest time, again, my instincts were this guy's going to win. Because what you see is not what you get. And this is the basis of the PSYOP, Jake, for me, and has been almost from the start. You have an agenda. I'm talking about the so-called deep state, what I call the global cult, because you've got to think globally.
Yeah.
You think about states alone, you're going to lose the plot. It's a global cult that operates through all these different countries. If you you think on that global level and you look at the global agenda, the fundamental bottom line of the whole thing is to have a human society that is totally controlled by artificial intelligence, and to have the human brain and the human body connected to artificial intelligence, so AI becomes the human mind. So instead of forming your own thoughts, and there's a lot more to know about that, AI will form them for you. And it's what I call the totalitarian tiptoe. You're seeing AI coming in and becoming more and more and more fundamentally part of society. This is the game.
Yeah, it's moving quick too.
But you had a left, shall we say, a left-right, it's a one-party state, but you had a left, a belief system that's called left, which is basically the woke left. It wasn't the left that I remember when I was growing up. And they basically bought this whole AI thing. They're the smartphone generations and what have you. And they have, they're more at peace with this technological transformation, summarized by Google's Ray Kurzweil, when he said that by 2030, now that's a key year and it's important in terms of who's in power in the run-up to that. By 2030, AI will be connected to the human brain, or in his words, connected to the cloud, which is this technologically generated electromagnetic field that is being generated from the towers, like 5G towers, but crucially, if you want a global field, a global cloud, it's coming from space and low orbit satellites. I wonder who's involved in that.
Yeah, right. And the brain chips and...
Yeah, exactly. So you have the left, and they're pretty much going with that. But you still have in the real alternative media, but you had in the rest of it, a skepticism, a deep skepticism often, about this AI takeover. And you had people pointing out that Elon Musk was running a transhumanist agenda to this very end. because, this global cult, it plays the long game. It has a script which it follows as closely as it can.
Yeah.
And so when Elon Musk came out years ago and said AI could be the end of humanity and it's very dangerous, what he was doing was positioning himself as the good cop of AI against the bad cops like Klaus Schwab and Ray Kurzweil and Bill Gates. But what's happened since, and I keep saying to people, don't listen to the words, watch the actions. The actions tell you what the game is. And so ever since he said that, he's been rolling out and promoting more and more AI. So you had this whole vast number, really, of people who they had to bring on board with this whole AI agenda, who were, let's call them pushbackers on it.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? Well, you make people who are pushing that agenda your friend, or you make people think they're your friend. So what you do is you have your Elon Musk with his companies pushing this agenda, not least SpaceX, and as you say, Neuralink with the brain chips, and Tesla with the driverless cars, which is massively part of this agenda of control.
And they track you too. It tracks everywhere you go.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the tracking from the low orbit satellites. We know about Starlink and all that, but we also have a version of that produced by SpaceX Musk, specifically for the government and the military.